Good morning, class. Welcome to the online classes for physics of class 11th. In today's session, we are going to read about the new topic which is named as projectile motion. This is the last part of your motion in plane. After this, we will be learning about the circular motion, that is the uniform circular motion. But in this session, you will be going to learn about the projectile motion. In this, few topics are deleted, so you can say that some few formulas are there which you have to by heart and have to solve the numericals. So you just have to see what the projectile is and what are the ranges and the height for the particular numericals that you will be using. Okay, so some few formulas I will be telling you which you have to use in this chapter, means in this topic itself, and after that you will be learning about the uniform circular motion. Okay, so let's start the class. Firstly, we are telling about the projectile motion. So it is a part of a motion in plane. So what we can say that motion in plane is a body which is to be doing motion, that too in the two dimension, that is between the plane. And what the plane means, it is the space between the two axes. So it will be moving between the two axes, so it is a two-dimensional motion. But what this projectile means, when a body is to be projected into the space with some initial velocity, means with some velocity, if we are ready to move that object in initial velocity, then it continues to move in the vertical plane, right? Because when we throw a ball, then first it moves in the vertical plane, then again it will come in the influence of the gravity, right? Because when we project any of the object with some initial velocity, then it continues to move in the vertical plane first, then it's a horizontal acceleration, you can say, or a velocity, well, it will become a zero, because after some time the only force which acts on it will be the gravity. So gravity will only be acting on that object, and vertical downward direction, it will come back to the earth, and it is due to the gravity. So the only gravitation acceleration is the acceleration working on it, right? But projection is also of different type, because we know that the an object can be projected with the horizontal or with an angle or the vertical projection. So three projections will also be seen, but now we are seeing what the projectile is. So it is a free motion in which not any other resistance is working on it, it is only the gravity. Under influence of it, it will be working. So if we project a body, it will move in the vertical plane, then come again to the downward direction, but under the influence of the gravity, and the only acceleration working on it will be acceleration due to gravity. So now you can see this picture, that how a body can be projected, that is only subjected to the force of gravity. See in the first picture that the person is just dropping an object, but here whether any other object will work? No, because we just throw that ball or drop that ball from a height with some initial velocity, because we have to throw some object with a velocity. Okay, but when we drop, we used to freely make that object, whether the initial object may be negligible, because the object when we are dropping or throwing, we don't have to put that much velocity. So the initial velocity may be negligible, because in the first condition we are just dropping, so there is no condition for the initial velocity. But when we throw it, it comes down, but under the influence of gravity itself. So here also the body is subjected to the force of gravity. In the second one also, we are throwing that vertically. So the body is projected vertically upwards and come down just due to the effect of the gravitation. The third one, this is the angle projection, because we are just projected that object with an angle. So it just projected towards the angle and move to the upward direction vertically, and will come down with an angle. And this coming down body will also be influenced by the gravity itself. So whenever an object is subjected only to the force of gravity, or the gravitation force is only acting on that object, is said to be the projectile motion. So these are the three types of projectiles which you can see, because the vertical projection is there, right? Projected from the ground is there, and projected with an angle. So angle projection is also be said, because we have to change the angles, and we will see what is the value for the height and the ranges. So now we'll see what are the examples which we can see during the projectile. That is, if these are the examples which you can see on the screen also, and there are various other examples also, like we are giving the tennis ball, bullet coming out from the revolver or any other gun or a rifle, so they will be providing the projectile motion itself. And if you talk about the javelin throw, because now itself you have seen in the Olympics that javelin throw, so everyone is just familiar with this. So javelin throw by an athlete, it is also a projection, but it is projected with an angle, so you can say that is an angular projection. But when we talk about the basketball and all, we are doing from the ground to ground, that is from the bottom, then we are just throwing it. Okay. Arrow projection is also the horizontal projection. Or we are throwing any object, or the object is dropped from the jet plane or an aeroplane, then that projection is also said to be the horizontal projections. But we can say that any example, everything is just objected towards the gravity, so no other object will be acting without any force, so only the force acting on it will be the under the influence of the gravity. So we can say that the projectile is the motion which is influenced by the gravity only. This is another example, that is if it is a football and if we project it with an angle. So here see, because we have talked about the three projections, right? We can make it drop from an height, or we are taking it from ground to ground, right? So type of projections will be changing, that is horizontally, vertical projection and the angular projections. So if you are throwing a ball from the ground point, then it will make some angle and it will projected upwards and will be coming downwards again, right? That is due to the acceleration due to gravity, right? So we can say that the projections can be of different types. So what we can see, that there are three types of projection. I already told you, that is a horizontal projection, that is when the object is kept from a height, that it is said to be the horizontal projection, that is parallel to horizontal, the only distance will be covered by the horizontal. And when we talk about a vertical projection, that is from a topic like this one, this is a vertical projection because we are projecting it from the ground and it will coming again into the ground, so height will be by the vertical direction itself. This is a non-horizontal. So when we are not talking about the horizontal projection, because in the horizontal projection the only velocity will be the horizontal velocity, so we can say that we have not to resolve that into the components. But when we talk about the non-horizontal projectiles, we just have to resolve it into the components, and we know that this is a motion in plane, so there will be the two planes, that is x and y, xy plane you can say, and the two axes working will be the x and y. So we just have to resolve this velocities also into the two components, that is in the x direction as well as in the y direction. For the x direction, that is a horizontal component of the velocity can be given by the angle cos theta, and if we are talking about the vertical projection, then it is given by the sin theta. So ux, that is the horizontal projection, will be given by the component of velocity by u cos theta, and the vertical projection, the velocity will be given as a u sin theta. Okay. So if we will be talking about the projection with an angle, how it will be seen with the diagram. See, this is similar to that of the football also, because when we project any object with an angle, firstly it starts from the bottom, right? If it is starting from the bottom, then what is the value for it? That is, from this one it is moving, right? And it will move and come back again to the down. So we can say that the body is moving downwards, so it is under the influence of the gravity, right? So it is moving under the gravity. Now, when we are talking about an angle, then the horizontal velocity is given by u cos theta, and for vertical component it is given by u sin theta. But if you are talking about an object, then it is having both. Throughout the projectile, it is having the both the velocities, that is ux cos theta and uy sin theta. But whether the acceleration is in the upward direction, no, because after reaching to the point, because we know that when it is reaches to the highest point, the velocity of the final will become 0. that's v will become 0, and now the acceleration acting on it will be only in the downwards, that is only in the downward direction. And we can say that the acceleration or acting in the downwards is only due to the gravity. So the only acceleration working on it will be the gravity. So we can say that the gravity working on an object is in the negative direction, that is minus g. So horizontal acceleration acting on it will be minus g. And if we're talking about the vertical direction, sorry, this is the vertical one. If we are talking about the horizontal acceleration, then the acceleration is absent. So we can say that ax will be 0. And ay is given by the gravitational acceleration. Similarly, this ux is given by u cos theta and uy is given by the u sin theta. Right? So have you understood what this components is given by, that is u cos theta and u sin theta. This is the horizontal acceleration will be 0 and the vertical acceleration will be given by minus g. So what we can write for the x-axis and y-axis, the u in the x direction will be u cos theta, in the y direction it will be u sin theta. For x the acceleration will be 0 and for y the acceleration will be minus g. Okay. So this is the projection for the angular. Okay, for the angular projection these angles will be resolved, that is to the cos theta and sin theta. But if we are talking about the horizontal, there will be no angle. Okay, so these are the points which you have to remember while doing about the projectile motion, that on rising the portion to the path of the gravity causes the vertical component of velocity to get smaller and smaller. We have read here that whenever the object moves upwards, the velocity becomes smaller and smaller, that is the final velocity is becoming smaller, and at the point when it reaches to the highest point, that is here you can see the point A, here the velocity will become 0. So here the velocity becomes minimum, so we can say that the vertical velocity becomes smaller and smaller, and to the highest point which it range, highest maximum height when it reaches, the velocity will become 0. So the final velocity will become 0. And the second point we can say that at very top of the path the vertical component of velocity is 0. Similarly we can say when it reaches to the height, the velocity becomes smaller and smaller, and it reaches to the maximum height, the component of the velocity will become 0, that is capital V will become 0. And again that object will be falling backward, so it will be coming downwards, right, that is from A to B. So when it will come downwards, the velocity will increase. So this increasing velocity will be due to the gravity. So we can say that is the gravitational acceleration will be working on the object when it coming downwards, that is from A to B. So these are the 3 points in this projectile which we have to see. And now if we talk about the time of flight, then we can see that when an object is projected from O to A and then again A to B, then when these objects are in the flight, that is in the air, then the time which is in this object is to be in the air, then this time is said to be time of flight. And then we talk about the maximum height, this A point, that whenever the object reaches to A point, then the height covered by it is the maximum height. And from O to B, the distance is said to be the range, that is the range of the OB. Okay, that can be said as horizontal range also. So here the same figure is given. This is from your book of S.L. Arora. You can see this in the book also, that the projectile is given by an angle theta, that is projected with an angle theta. So we have told you that it is components will be resolved, that is u cos theta and u sin theta, and on reaching to the maximum height, the velocity will become 0, and again it will come down with the velocity, with increasing velocity, because the gravity is acting on it. But when it is in the horizontal, the acceleration is not acting on it, but when it will come downwards in the downward direction, the acceleration or working on it will be acceleration due to gravity, that is g only working on it. Now the path covered by this object under the gravity is in the parabolic shape. If you are seeing in the object, that is the parabolic shape, but this path is said to be the trajectory, and the shape of the trajectory will be seen with an equation. Here we already said that it is a parabolic shape, but how it came? If we see, we can say that under the combined effect of the horizontal as well as the vertical component, the body does the trajectory path similar to that of the parabolic path. So how it comes? See, if we talk about the velocity, what the definition is, that is displacement upon time. Here if we talk about the horizontal distance, then it is x upon t. So what is the horizontal velocity we have taken? It is u cos theta. We know that v is equals to t upon, sorry, x upon t. But here what is the value of x? That is the horizontal velocity. It is u cos theta upon time. So what we can write it as, if you're talking about the time, if you have to find out the time, what is the value of time? It will be displacement upon velocity. Displacement in the horizontal direction will be u cos theta upon x, right? That is x upon u cos theta. This is the relation which is given in the first equation, that is x upon u cos theta. This is the time for the horizontal direction. Now if it is moving in the vertical direction, then we are using that s is equals to ut plus half at square, right? So distance covered by the time be t, and the object covering with an acceleration due to gravity in the vertical direction will be minus g. So it is given as minus g. A will be covered into minus g, and t will be the time, and u, that is the vertical velocity, will be given by the u sin theta. But here the t is used, and this t will be given by the equation 1. So we will be putting the value of t as x upon u cos theta. So here you can see this is u sin theta, that is a vertical velocity, and in the place of t we will be using x upon u cos theta, and half gt square, that is half a, that is half g will come, and it is acting in the downward direction, so it will be minus, and x square, and upon u square cos square theta, it is the square of the time. So you can say this u sin theta, u will be cancelled, and sin theta upon cos theta will be tan theta, right? And this relation, nothing is cancelled, so same will be remaining. But we can say this tan theta and this part may be some constant, that is p or q. You can write it as a and b also. So it is similar to that of ax minus bx square, and this is the equation for the parabola. Parabola you will be reading in the maths also. The parabolic equation is given by the ax minus bx square, right? So this is similar to that of the equation of parabola. So we can say that this is similar to that of a parabolic path. So the trajectory is similar. Trajectory of the projectile is similar to that of the parabolic. So we will see some more formulas. We have seen that the time taken by the body to reach to the highest point will be given as u sin theta upon g. These are the formulas, just you have to by heart, okay? So you can see here, time of flight, that is the time taken by the projectile that is projected till it reaches to the highest point, right? Horizontal plane. So it is given as 2u sin theta upon g. If you talk about the time of maximum height, then it is vertical component, so it is given by u sin theta upon g. And if we talk about the maximum height, then we can say it as u square sin square theta upon 2g. Okay. And for horizontal range, that is the range which is covered by the object in the horizontal direction. It is given by u square sin 2 theta upon g. Okay. So these are the formulas which we have read in this chapter and will be used in the numericals itself. That whenever a body is projected, that it is covering both the axes, that is a two dimension, that is x and the y. So it will be projected, if it is projected with an angle in the vertical and the horizontal velocity will be given by u cos theta and u sin theta. And if you talk about the horizontal acceleration, it is 0, and if you talk about the vertical acceleration, then it is minus g. If you talk about the velocity, then it is x upon t, and if you take out the vertical and the horizontal direction, then it is x upon t. If you take out x, then it is v upon t, that is u cos theta into t. Now again, if you talk about the vertical direction, that is s is equals to ut plus half at square. From here you can find the equation of trajectory, that is the path of the projectile, which is similar to that of the parabola. So we can say that the trajectory or the path of the projectile is always a parabolic path. Okay, and if you talk about the time of flight, then it is 2u sin theta upon g. Maximum height, that is covered by the object to the maximum point, that is a point in the figure if you see, then it is 2u sin theta upon g, and height is u square sin square theta upon g. Horizontal range, that is object distance covered in the horizontal direction, is given by u square sin 2 theta upon g. And if you talk about the velocity after time t, because we know that there are two components, so the resolved velocity will be given by under root vx square plus Vy square. Okay, but here in the Vy the some acceleration is also working, so it will be given by minus gt. Okay, so these are the points which we have to get out through the motion in planes topic, that is projectile motion. And one more topic is here, that is circular motion. In the next session we will be seeing the circular motion. Then the motion in plane chapter is completed. Okay, so you have to see some numericals also, and in the next session I will be uploading the numericals for this chapter also, this topic related to the projectile motion. So thank you class. You just have to go through the book also, so then only you can understand, because in the online you know that you cannot be more familiar to these topics. So just have to attend the offline classes, or you have to see throughout the book. Okay, thank you.